Right, now we're in a kids section now.
And I'm the big kid. These are mine. Chris built these for me. What I wanted. Always wanted one of these burners when I was a kid. Can never afford it, and the council estate that we come off. Alan sugaring you now, full on. But he said, I wanted a BMX bike doing. He says, what do you want? So this picture down on the floor that you can see by the other burner that I picked up afterwards, I took that picture up to Chris and says, I want one of them. Do what you can do with it. And obviously that's what he did for me. Pretty damn close. You can't get it absolutely where you'd want it, but pretty damn close to what I'd asked him to do. And then after he did that for me, obviously I needed to go out and get me a concourse burner to sit
so people
know where the idea come from.
And an interesting factor: how much did that actually cost you?
That bike there is 500 quid.
500 quid. How much were they when you?
They were £70, 99p. No, 79.99 in the 80s. In the 80s, yeah.
Christ, amazing,
hey mate,
isn't it?
had you had the foresight to buy 100 of them?
Yeah.
Take us through what you did, because that looks awesome. That looks like that on acid.
Chris built it. The bottom line were I asked him to do it, and I didn't want to see it until he'd finished, and that's what he did for me. Three months later or whatever, he got it ready. But you tell him what you did.
Well, there we go. Basically, he set me the challenge. Sent me a picture, brought it round. I was going to go for the iconic burner, which was obviously the silver with the black mags, but he was like adamant going for the blue.
Well, it's more distinctive.
So, but really, he's the one that everyone knows. But yeah, so basically, spent a lot of time doing a lot of research. The picture he gave me weren't very good, so I was on the internet chasing, trawling. Then about 2 months later, I'd sort of gathered enough genuine bits together for the bike, as in like the headstock SR, handlebars, all the bits you see on it which are period and genuine, which were quite expensive really. And then I set to it, building the frame, and obviously the hardest bit was the front forks, because all the BMX ones I've built in the past, basically I've used Cub forks to keep them with the style of a Cub, because obviously it's based on a Cub frame.
Yes, yeah.
But Gibbo kept saying to me, no, you've got to do the forks. So anyway, 4 sets of forks later, 4 different ones, I got to some 24-inch jump forks, and they were the right shape and everything. So that's where I ended up.
If you have a look at what they should be,
which
the details perfect, isn't it?
So once I've got those, I could pretty much set about the frame then, and then it was just a question of looking at the pictures in detail, obviously upscale of the bike, and then working from there. But obviously my little trick at the minute is doing all 3 bars of the frame as a fuel tank.
Yes.
So I'm the only one that seems to have done that up to now.
How much fuel is in that?
I went to the petrol station to fill one up, and it was £2.25.
Was that in that? Yeah. Is it £2.25? Flipping hell, that's only.
My first big surprise when you get the Cub is that your brain thinks it's a light bike, and then you start trying to move it, and it's not a light bike.
No.
And the 90 on it, and you feel quite. But that's all engine and no weight.
Yeah.
No weight.
But the other thing is, you've got to think.
That wheel just
that's a
But
proper.
I've only just getting used to it. I've only done 5 miles on it. But it's a perfect engine for it, because it's light, you can feel the pickup we've got. I've only got it into third so far, like I say, only done a few miles on it. But
yeah, but that's got to fly.
It is, yeah. Well, Chris made sure, the lad who got the engine off, and what's his name, he asked him the gearing, so obviously it's a big difference between the sprockets, how many teeth you got front and back. So he recommended for long range to have that sprocket and that on there, and it's perfect. I know bikes well, and that is absolutely perfect.
Well, to be fair, I mean, the research going into it, I mean, which you can see, I use Motorcycle engines.
Yeah.
The bloke's fantastic. He's a lovely guy, and he's easy to talk to, and he'll give you all the information on him. And obviously with this,
the Isle of Man,
the Isle of Man, and he basically suggested this new 90 engine, obviously for the fuel consumption and for the. So we was pretty much one of the first few to have it, and it's perfect for the bike. It's like Steve said,
it's the balance of it and everything. I was worried, because at the end of the day, when you manufacture a bike, they spend millions on making sure that.
Of course, all the R&D.
So you're going to get, but that there, considering Chris done it, and at the end of the day, here you go, just made it bigger so I don't look such of a lump on it. You know what I mean? Obviously, put it on roids and got it a bit bigger. And you know something? It rides perfect.
Yeah, I bet it does.
You can feel, you can get it down. Absolutely bang on. Yeah, really
I bet he's at a skate park, isn't he, with it?
Well, yeah, and the other thing was as well, he's not the smallest of people.
Take my kid to the skate park. Yeah, I got you, mate. Yeah.
It's all about
just
you.
need to find a
I'm
kid.
over here.
I need to find a kid.
Yeah, he is a little bit taller than me, as well as you can quite see, and I do fit on that, the original one really, for size-wise. But so that one being upscale and getting the right height for him, you know, you don't want him to look silly on a little bike, really, do you? So
Not as silly, Chris. Come on. I'm always going to look a twat, but not such a twat.
so basically that's how it all evolved, and it seemed to work out well. Put a few extra little mods in there, like a bit of a suspension seat for him, so you know it's not a little bit more comfortable for him.
I must admit that's something I'm asking him to do. I'm going to get something more, something similar to one of these made up in blue, but it's got a bit more padding to it. Because the 5 mile that I went on it, Jesus Christ, it gives you, it hurts you.
That's a proper splitter, isn't it?
It is, mate. Yeah. So you wear cycling shorts would be needed if we did any more, and that's a truth.
I've got to be honest with you. Even before I lost my weight, I like a tractor seat. I like a big springy old tractor seat. 1930s motorbikes is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
All of that stuff.
That is harsh. Yeah, that's harsh, but it's good. It is good. I'm going to keep it. We're going to have it so we can split it off here, literally, so we can split it off. Obviously, it's that's the right registration for it, under 90.
Thanks for walking away. You see how savvy he is. He just walks off.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
My arm's only a length.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Sorry.
Hey, come back in the picture.
Yeah, I'm back in. Yeah,
there you go. There you go.
So back.
Are we all right? Yeah,
Are we
lovely.
good, kid? Sorry, kid.
Right,
Sorry. I'm a novice. Yeah, so basically we're going to have an interchangeable seats on it, so it's less stress on the arse, that's for sure.
The other thing I did was basically, because of obviously the size and weight, just went up that little bit bigger on the tyres, went to the 275s rather than the 250s.
Yeah, but it's perfect. Everything, forks at the front, everything is, when you look at that, it's just that scale up.
You've got a great eye for it. Yeah.
The one thing that really I tried, and I know Steve really wanted, was blue tyres. But if anyone's out there that knows where there's a set of 275 blue tyres, 17-inch, I'll buy them tomorrow. But we can't find them. Impossible.
On the upside of that is put these on here, and these are Continentals. So if we'd have had these blue tyres that we were looking for, you know, the one by the side of it, had we have got them, we don't know how the rubber compound would have been. So maybe this road surface that I seem to be what's the name? They're safe. They fit well.
And so what would you recommend this ride? What surface is best for this bike?
As with all of them, because you'd feel the tarmac all the way. Tarmac.
Not blue tarmac, all right, or just a standard black?
It's got to be black.
It's got to be black.
It's got to be black, mate. Yeah.
There you go. So long as you're on black tarmac, it could go on concrete, but again, the vibration thing.
You'd be feeling that, especially with that.
Yeah, you don't want a splitter when you're on a bumpy road. You want nice tarmac.
That'd be double whammy. That would. Yes, I wouldn't fancy that across a concrete road.
And you can leave your comments here if you've got a drive that needs resurfacing.
Steve Smith surfacing. He's the kid.
He's the kid, eh? Right. I think that's all the drill down we're going to get on that. I do like it. No, actually, what I want to know is, so you said there so the engine is a 90. It's not 125. It's not a.
No. Well,
and what is it? Is it 3-speed? What is it?
It's a what's the name? It's a step-through box, no clutch.
Right.
All down, 4 gears.
Oh, so it's 4 gears. Okay.
4 gears, all down. But I've not had it out of third yet. That's as much as I got out of it. But a longer tarmac road, and I might be able to I might be able to get into that fourth. Yeah.
I bet he put some things. Would you get them sugar frosty things that used to wrap? They're going to move up and down your wheels.
I got you. But no, well, what it were, Leighton's on the end there. Is we work together anyway. Leighton's on the end there. A 160 engine in there. And just they're fierce. They're too much. And when I was getting this here, Chris said, "What do you want in there?" I said, "Stick me a nice step through 90 in. I know what they're all about." And that's what we got.
The logbook, so it was perfect. And the frame was blue as well. So
it's a blue. It is a blue on the cover.
Allegedly.
I think that's beautiful. But we are going to move along. This is not the last we've heard from these two.
You sure we don't want to stay here a bit longer? Just admire the beauty of them. They are mine. Okay, on we go. Sorry.